Sorry. Kama shea butter. Kuna shea butter na kuna Venom.
It's okay.
Digitalization and there is proper marketing of video. That's why we separate honor and privilege to have video and also have our public secretary for properties, micro, small and medium enterprises honorable with Professor Opana coming to officially and we wanted to take the same event to sensitize, to talk to our people about the potential and the place of video in big farming, in value vision as far as cosmetics, health and wellness. At the same time, we also wanted to take some talk to our people the place of video in improving videos. There's so much of video and our people need to know.
So I was like, how is it harvested? So now he explained to me, you know, now to get people to coordinate them so that at least now we can have them produce the pollen for us and be able now to supply. And what we did then, we got several directors because of law colonization. And now that we are farmers here, I think it's good for me to mention some of these key challenges, even as I move forward to introduce some of our partners today. When you traverse across the country, you realize several farmers have beehives that have not been able to be colonized for some time. We got deeper and in our office in Zambia, we were able to develop something we call hastic. Hastic is a combination of what many people here use. Many people here are using the lemongrass. Many people, when they have beehives not getting colonized, they are using lemongrass to have their hives colonized. But in Zambia, we were able to get extra 2 solutions that I will not mention to you here because we are the only company in the world that makes that solution. And I mean, it would be good for you to know. We have the solution that is way too much better than the lemongrass, and we call it hastic. And therefore, I'm very sure some of our farmers here have been able to use it, and later on I'll give some few testimonials of how some of our farmers have been able to succeed by our efforts. Now, we went further ahead to study and get what we call colony division. Savannah honey, while we are still waiting for God to bring bees into your into your beehives, when we are waiting for God to bring bees into your beehives, we have gotten a technology that we are able to go ahead and make queens for you. Nowadays we're manufacturing queens, and those who are not our clients, those people that have not bought our beehives, we charge them 9,000 shillings to make 1 colony. It's a technology that only 2 organizations I know in Kenya are doing, and we are privileged to be able to do it. If you're not our client, we charge you 9,000 per beehive, and if you're our client, we charge you 0. A big benefit for being a member of Savannah Honey. And therefore, as a result of that, we'll be able to handle most of the challenges of colonization. Number 2, many people never go ahead to look at the strength of a colony. They never go ahead to look at how their colony is strong. And many people, anytime their beehive has got bees, they are just very happy. They never check, they never go ahead to no. Our guys are well trained. If anytime we notice that they are less than 30,000, they are able now to do what we call colony strengthening. Colony strengthening is a science of multiplication, multiplying this number of bees. And if you're not our client, we are charging you 12,000. If you're not our client, we are charging you 12,000. But if you're our client, we do it free of charge. More to that, we are able to look at the health of the queen. As we know, the queen is the engine. The queen is the engine of the beehive. And the queen is the driver, actually. And when the queen is weak, everything becomes weak. Are we together? Tuko pamoja? Yeah, the queen is the engine. The queen is the engine, and if she is weak, please don't disturb my partners too much. I think you have moved them too much now. Mr. James, with Madam Chief, please don't move our people again. Please, I'm requesting you. These are very key. Please. Now, the lifespan of a normal queen is 5 years. Sometimes when the queen is 3.5 years, and the queen lays between 1,500 to 2,500 eggs in a day. Sometimes when she's 3.5 years, listen to this, sometimes when she's 3.5 years, our laying goes down. And when our laying goes down, what happens is that the hatching goes down, meaning also the production goes down. And therefore, as a farmer, you'll just be very happy because you are seeing that your beehive is colonized, but you're not knowing that what is happening inside is very minimal. And so once our apiarists noticed that your colony, one of the colonies, the queen, is becoming weak, she's this time around not laying even 1,000 eggs in a day. She's laying less than even 700. What we do nowadays, we've got a science of making a new queen. In our technology, we're calling requeening. And what happens in requeening is that we make you a new queen, and once the queen hatches, listen to this. Once the queen hatches, we make sure that the bees get used to the new smell. I hope we know that every queen in the world has got a unique smell. I hope we know that. There's no queen in the world that smells like another. And God, by his wisdom, made 4 people in the world to look alike 100%. 4 people. But no queen to smell like another. While you're seated, there are some other 3 people in the world who look like you 100%. That if they came here, you wore the same dress, we can't differentiate you. But now, for the queen, God made it that no queen is like another. Now, how many of us here have got some place where there are some bees, and you notice, like, if we are the 4 of us, bees is like they want to attack one of us? How many of us have noticed something like that? You go to some place and bees is like they're coming to one of us. But even mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Oh yes, and then when the bees come to me and we are the 4 of us, then you'll hear somebody saying, oh, na niliwaambia huyu mtu si mzuri, niliwaambia. You know, because to them, why are the bees coming to this one particular person? Now, why these bees are coming to one particular person is simply because the spray that I'm on, the mafuta that I'm on, or even the soap that I used smells like one of the queens. And what will happen is that now they will think that I've gotten the queen and put her in the pocket. And that's how they will come straight to one of us. And so what we do, once the queen hatches, listen to this, once the new queen hatches, this is what we are doing. We are getting a bee cage. A bee cage is a small equipment that now can carry the bees, and as the name suggests, it's a cage. The bees can breathe, but they can't bite. Are we together?
Yes.
We don't get the queen and introduce her to the horde beehive immediately, because once we do that, they will kill her. They will kill her immediately because she's an intruder. But so what we have to do is that we have to get her like 5 days to have them used to the new smell. So what we'll do, we'll use the bee cage, get the bees, bring them inside the hive for them to smell. The smell of the new queen, and after 30 minutes, we return those bees, we pick others, we bring them, we repeat that for the whole day. We repeat that for the 2nd day, we repeat that for the 3rd day, and the 4th day, we pick the queen. The queen, we put her in a queen cage. And in the queen cage now, we put her in the hive to spend the 4th day there. She'll also spend the 5th day. On the 5th day in the evening, now we pick the horde queen, we kill her. Then now we release the new queen. At that time now, they are already used to the new smell. It's quite a tedious process. And we charge 20,000 for those people that are our clients. But again, for our clients, it's free of charge.
Wow.
And therefore, we have been able to handle the challenges of lack of colonization, or rather slow colonization. Weak colonies that produce make you to end up having low production. And number 3, the issue of the queen, to ensure that the queen is healthy, and we've got every time we've got a very agile queen. The other major challenge that we observed in beekeeping was that people take beekeeping to be an easy enterprise, and therefore as a result of that, they just put the beehives, they just place the beehives, and they never take keen concern.
Yes.
And then somebody will be talking to somebody and atakwambia, oh, mizinga yangu iko tu kule. And then the way ameshinda akishughulikia the avocado, ameshinda akishughulikia the macadamia. But when you ask him the beers, anakwambia, oh, ziko tu kule tu mahali tu. And so as a result of that, they never maximize on their production. And therefore we came up with a model that we have what we call apiaries. We are the only company in Africa that will sell you a beehive and follow it. Any other person that sells your beehive, they will sell you that beehive like this table. That whatever you do with it is your business. But now, Savannah Honey, we give you a contract for 5 years. And for the 5 years, every single month, you're liable to have an officer from Savannah Honey who is a qualified apiarist to visit your apiary if you have got a challenge. The bit about our services to our clients is that we don't charge them anything. It's free of charge. You just take care of the bus fare. You just take care of the accommodation of our guy while he's in your farm, and again you take care of their bills. And I can tell you the truth, by this arrangement, we have been able to witness the revolutionization of beekeeping and great impact in the results and in the production for our farmers. Number 4, we realized that there's a major challenge with our clients, or rather with farmers across the country, on coordination of market. You could get many farmers telling you, I've got some honey harvested in 2021 and it is still in my house. I've never sold it. Why? Because the broker comes, he gives him very small amount of money, and now the guy gets discouraged. And therefore, we moved on to have our farmers on contract. That once they bought our hives, the hives from us, we are able now to guarantee them. It's a guarantee. We're able to guarantee them for 5 years that their market is given. Now, Africans equate beekeeping to honey. Africans equate beekeeping to wax. And rarely do you find an African talking about bee pollen, propolis, royal jelly, and even the bee venom that we're gathering here today for. We got an opportunity to learn from entities that have gone ahead in the high value beekeeping products, and we have championed the production of the high value beekeeping products. We have been able to support our farmers to get even the propolis collectors, train them on how to use the propolis collector. And you will be surprised to notice that propolis is 5 times costly.
Yeah.
It's 5 times more valuable than honey. Propolis is the dark substance that you find on the hive anytime there are hive cracks. The bees will go to the trees, pick the tree sap, they come and seal it. I'm sure some of us have seen it. That that dark substance that every time a farmer is harvesting, he will scrap and throw it away. Have we seen that in the village?
Yeah.
I'm sure all of us here, anytime you want to notice whether somebody has harvested, you'll go and realize there's something black they have thrown down.
Yeah.
Have we seen that?
Yes.
Yes, because Africans believe propolis is beeswax. Yet propolis is 5 times more valuable than honey. And because we are here, and I've got a propolis collector here, I could show you something. What we are doing is that, as I say, bees use propolis to seal cracks. Because if a traditional hive, or if a hive cracks someplace, like the way the traditional hives will crack because of sun and all that, and it will get that space to be having a lot of air, a lot of baridi, getting the hive, that the bees will be uncomfortable. Is it so?
Yes.
Yes. And so when it becomes uncomfortable, bees most of the time will go away. And so what we have done, what technology has done, we now with the new technology don't need to wait for the hive to crack. You don't need to wait for the hive to crack for you to get propolis. What you do is you open the lid. Once you open the lid, you get a plywood the same size of the lid, and you cover it. When you cover it, give it something like 14 days, and you'll be able to get to have the bees get accustomed to the new temperature. And after the 14 days, come, remove the lid, remove the plywood, and now introduce the propolis collector. Now, when you look at it, it's more or less like a plywood, only that now it has got the cracks. So when bees come, they notice that the hive is a bit colder. So when they notice it's a bit colder, they will ask themselves what is making the hive to be colder. They will go up, and once they see the cracks, then they will say somebody has destroyed our hive. And they will start sealing the cracks. When they seal the cracks, they will not seal horizontally. They will seal vertically. They will seal each. They will seal each. They will treat each as a crack. So they will fill them, each of them, at a layer of 1 inch. A layer of 1 inch. And so after 14 days, you come and scrub. And propolis.
I didn't know how to.
Propolis, as I said, is 5 times.
As we just used to scrub from the wood when you had it.
You said it's like honey.
But it's sticky.
9% and funk, and this makes it that there is no germ that penetrates, and this explains as to why, for those of us who know, the Egyptian pharaohs are still fresh, simply because when they died, they were doing what we call the mummification. They were able to embalm them using propolis, and simply because there is no germ that can enter, those guys are still fresh until today. Now, it also happens to be very powerful for any respiratory challenge. And currently, we are using our propolis tincture and propolis honey to handle gas, people with challenges about acid, people with challenges even about coughs, colds, flus, and any respiratory challenge. Those of us that didn't get an opportunity to get into our showroom, maybe after the launch by the CS, you could get an opportunity and get in and see the products that we have. We are also able to make very nice lip balms. You'll see them. We have been able to make very nice shampoos. We've been able to make very nice air conditioners. We've been able to make
Body butter. No, that makes no shea butter.
the other products that we were able to move in the villages and talk to our farmers and maximize is on bee pollen. Bee pollen is the yellow substance that you find on the legs of the bees. I'm sure some of us have been keen, and when you see bees on the grass, you see something yellow on their legs. I'm sure some of us have seen, and that is bee pollen. When the bee goes to the flowers, they pick two things. They drink nectar, which gets into what we call the honey stomach or honey sac. They mix with the enzymes and they make honey. At the same time, they carry bee pollen by their legs, their wings, which now they use it as food for the young ones. Now, pollen, when it gets to the body of the bee, they excrete a special substance that makes the pollen have a special protein that is not found in any meat. Listen to this. God, by His wisdom, has this pollen having a special protein that is not in any meat that makes it a superfood. And pollen now is able to treat 52 human conditions. And we got the technology to handle 11 human conditions. We've got so many testimonials of people that have come to us here with diabetes. So many people have been under their high blood pressure, and I will be able later on to recognize some of them here. We've got bee pollen for kidney. We've got bee pollen for the liver. We've got bee pollen for weight loss. We got bee pollen here for inflammation, and quite a number, up to 11. And we have them, all of them here. These ones, we have got a catalog of testimonies. And later on, whoever is interested, we could be able to forward to you a catalog of testimonies. Now, bee pollen being a superfood, it handles those conditions that I've mentioned, and 52 of them perfect. Only that Africans have never known. Now, those of us that have interacted with multi-level marketing companies, talking of their these brands, I don't know if I should mention them. I'm sure some of us here have seen the multi-level marketing companies selling small containers using pollen supplements. These are general supplements that are handling just anything. But now, as we have gone ahead to get some extracts from Netherlands, and now we are able to add into the particular pollen. If it is kidney, we've got an extra, a particular extract for kidney. Now we add to the pollen, and it handles kidney like magic. Talking about kidney, I mean all the 11 conditions. And any beekeeper here, I would request them. I would request them that if you are not harvesting bee pollen, I would request you to visit our showroom after this session, and I'll talk to our people there and be able to start harvesting bee pollen as soon as possible. Why is it so? So because you don't need to open the beehive. You don't need to do anything for you to interact with the bees. You just need to get what we call pollen collector. This is a pollen collector. This is a pollen collector. And with a pollen collector, it has got very tiny holes. Mr. Robert, you can see them. Very tiny holes at the entrance. And so what will happen is you'll be able to place the pollen collector at the entrance. You fix the pollen collector at the entrance. That when bees are coming in the evening, they have to struggle because the holes are very tiny. They have to struggle to get in. And once they are getting in, they will get the pollen scrubbed because it is by their wings and by their legs. And so you'll be able to come later and remove the pollen tray and get your pollen. Then what do we do with our farmers? We train them on how to dry them. The biggest challenge with pollen is about how to dry. Because as you know, if it is not dry, it will grow mold. When it grows the molds, then some insects get in, and all of a sudden, rather they develop some insects, then you don't get any pollen. And so what we are able to do with our farmers, we are able to train them on their storage, the preservation, and we are able to buy from them. We are currently buying a kg at 6,800. For those of our farmers that are in areas where there is a lot of flowers, bee pollen is a game changer. Bee pollen is a game changer. Those farmers who come from regions where there are a lot of flowers, why is it so? So because you don't harvest once in a year. You don't harvest twice. You don't harvest thrice. You are able to place the pollen collector today, skip tomorrow, and place it again the day after tomorrow. Today, you put in beehive A. Tomorrow, you put the pollen collector in beehive B. The day after, you can put it in beehive C, or you bring it back to beehive A. And what it means is, if you're in a place where there's a lot of pollen, then what it means is you can harvest at least twice or thrice a week. If you harvest twice, then it means in a year you harvest 100 times. If you harvest 100 times and you're in a place with a lot of pollen, you are likely sometimes, or rather to get an average of 40 grams. This translates to around 4 kilograms in a year. Especially for those people who are in a place with a lot of pollen. If you go to yourself 4 kilograms, we are buying a kilogram of 6,800, then what it translates to around 26,000 per hive per year. And therefore, I would call upon those farmers, those investors they come from areas where there is a lot of pollen. We will be able to talk to you after this and discuss the way forward in you investing in people.
That's what they eat. That's what
As
they
I
feed their
mentioned,
babies, 'cause it
we've
has
got
protein.
several products, 11 products, or rather products to under 11 conditions. The queen stays for 5 years. And what makes the queen stay for 5 years
Too much.
is the royal jelly. This is a special food that bees feed the queen. Now, those of us who saw those people that are the hot beekeepers, we are not doing the beekeeping we're doing. Hot beekeepers, as we are making honey to apply on bread to eat in the morning. Is it so?
Yeah.
We mainly use honey on bread. But these guys were different. These guys, we are getting the entire chunk of the comb and chew it. I'm sure some of us here have ever seen somebody holding a comb like this. And
Yeah.
as a result of that, you could see a lot of whitish things going down.
Yes.
Yeah. These people, either by design or even by default, they were eating a lot of royal jelly, knowingly or unknowingly. Some of us, when you give them to chew the white, the brood, some of us here will never want to test because it is too
Sweet.
yuckish. Is it so? But our old fathers were able to chew everything. And as a result of that, you could see somebody chewing everything. And what will happen is, this guy will eat royal jelly, what is making the queen to stay over 100 times the lifespan of a bee. And so the same properties that are making the queen not to age, the same properties will make the guy not to age. Listen to this. You could find this guy at the age of 90 years, very straight. I'm sure some of you here got a testimony in the village. I don't know the village you come from, but I know you could be knowing one person who was a beekeeper, but who at 90 years was just like this. Is it true?
Yes.
Yes. And the same effect goes into the effect of the human body. And it is believed the Queen Elizabeth, the Queen of England, the late, was taking 275 grams daily. She was taking 275 grams daily. And this explains why the Queen, you could find her making a speech at the age of 94 years, looking very straight, very strong, very sober. And it is the same thing now many people are now starting to take. We currently have the new technology of harvesting royal jelly, because the bad thing with royal jelly is that it's normally produced at very low quantities in the hive, because it's normally just for a food for just one bee. And what has happened is that we now have new technology that is making us have higher quantity. And we are currently buying a kilogram at 38,000. And of course, we are having several farmers getting encouraged. Why? Because also the demand. Many people have noticed the wonders of royal jelly. And I can tell you, many people, actually I don't know, almost everybody, nobody wants to die young or to age fast. People are buying the royal jelly. Then we are also into bee venom. And we have been engaging for several years now on this wonder product. Now, bee venom is not the sting. Many people confuse bee venom to the sting. That when you are bitten by a bee, many people confuse bee venom to that sting. And the venom is not the sting. The venom is the watery substance that is in the sting. Are we together? Now, and we get you 9 cages, and then we send somebody to your home. This person will be very keen once you have taken breakfast. If your arthritis is on this joint, they will direct 3 bees to bite you on that joint. After lunch, they will guide the 3 bees again, other 3 bees now, to bite you. After dinner, they will guide other 3 bees to bite you. And this we shall do for you for 3 days. Then you shall be healed of your arthritis. And then we shall charge you 45,000. 45,000, but you'll be healed. Now the bit about the sting,
I'll get the
it
business
is far much better than the arthritis pain. Yes, bees are very painful, but the arthritis pain is more.
Yeah.
Now, listen. Now we are not doing that. Now we've got a technology that we are able to make what we call bee venom honey. We are the only company in Africa making bee venom honey. And bee venom honey, what happens with bee venom honey is that we get the honey, the venom, and we imported some machines for mixing it at a very high pressure. Mix at a very high pressure, and we get now the bee venom honey. Now, bee venom is so strong that you can't lick it. Listen to this. So that you don't come from me and then you say, oh, I was told pollen and venom now treats arthritis, then you start licking the venom. Please don't. It is so strong on the human body, it will crush your system. And so that's why we must mix it with the honey at a very high pressure. That when we mix at a very high pressure, now you are able to consume it without feeling anything. And we are now able to harvest the venom and get the venom honey and get ourselves being able to handle arthritis. That now we just sent you the venom honey. You don't need our guy to come to you. Now the 500 grams, and this is how we have impacted the community. The 500 grams when imported is 13,000. Savannah honey we are making locally, and 500 grams we sell at 4,800. And so many people that have been importing now, they're not importing. They're just calling over, whatever they're coming for it. And it is a game changer. Now, bee venom contains something called melittin. And all what I'm saying here, you could find the scientific papers, you could find the researches even in your phone. Bee venom contains something called melittin. And melittin does not stay together with the HIV virus. Scientifically proven. And what happens with melittin, it pours holes into the virus. Some of us here I'm skiing. Okay, maybe I could detectable that somebody is HIV positive, but maybe by what they have done, their viral load has gone very low. And so when they are tested, is undetectable. There are several ways in the world for somebody to become undetectable, but the sure most scientifically proven way is taking bee venom honey. And what happens with bee venom honey? The melittin in the venom pours holes on the virus, and the virus weakens, the virus shrinks, and as a result of that person, the viral load goes so low until the person becomes undetectable. And many people in this country that are moneyed and they are the HIV positive, many times they have been importing bee venom honey from Canada and from Germany. And you need to take it consistently for 5 to 6 months, and it's a guarantee, it's 100% guarantee that it will be undetectable. And but many people now, they've known that Savannah honey, we have it, and for the last 2 years, many people are not importing bee venom honey. Many people are just sending over here. As I said, what is going for 13,000, the 500 grams, Savannah honey we are selling at 4,800, and it is making many people now interested by us. Now, There's a scientific research that has concluded that, I'm sure some of us know here, that bee venom is treating breast cancer 100%. I'm sure some of us here have known it. And for thousands of years, people have been using bee venom to handle cancer, but not treat it. And many people, when they're in the hospital, they will always order for bee venom. It reduces their strength. But now, an American university last year, but one, which is something you can conclude in, now we can check in your phone, concluded, not research, concluded that bee venom honey treats breast cancer 100%. And bee venom contains very high quantity of peptides. Peptides are special proteins that are responsible for the renewal of the skin. And this has made to have the Venom cream being currently the most expensive cream in the world. And Venom cream imported here, 400 grams, is coming at 23,000. And why it is while it's very expensive, we've got the high peptides are responsible for very fast renewal of the skin. And within a span of 3 weeks to 8 weeks, scientifically proven, that person is able to have a renewal skin. And that's why many ladies are flocking our offices. Actually, Venom cream is one of our fastest moving products. Many women have been importing Venom cream, and many women now have known that Savannah honey, we are making it, they're not importing. And I'm putting it as a challenge to any lady who is here. I'm putting this as a challenge to any man who is here. Please don't go home without a Venom cream. It works wonders. We got testimonies here, and I think after here, we'll be able to give some few people testimonies to show how Venom cream has changed them permanently, that you meet them and you can't tell whether they are the same. And briefly, I could show you how we are currently harvesting Venom. You're not going ahead to get the bee and squeeze to get yourself Venom. What you are doing, we've got what we call the Venom collector. We've got ourselves what we call the Venom collector, and we have the plate, the collection plate, which now once you switch on the battery, at the plate, the simple light that is able to make, because everywhere it's dark, is able to have the bees only notice where there is this light. So once the battery is on and you have placed the hive, or the plate next to the hive, the current on this wire, generates some, that current affects 1 or 2 bees that are outside. And they will feel the discomfort and they will come and bite, guided by this light. Remember it's at night. So they will just come guided by this light and bite at the light. So once the other bees notice that there is some pheromone, they will notice that they are under attack, and all the bees will come out. Once all the bees come out, they are able now to attack, because they know they are under attack. They will start biting all over. And when they bite all over, what will happen is, you give them something like 1 hour. And after 1 hour, you can come and remove the glass plate. And when you remove the glass plate, you can scrap it. When you scrap it, you get the venom. Now, the economics of venom is quite interesting. Because if you've got a very strong colony, you can easily get yourself close to 0.5 grams. close to 0.5 when you have got a very strong colony. And we get 0.5 grams. The beauty with venom is that we encourage our farmers to harvest at least twice a month. This translates to at least a gram, plus or minus, or close to 5 grams. I mean, close to a gram in a month, and this translates to 10 grams in. I think I don't know how they got us. But they have been able to follow us and know our effort in different countries.
These people don't even have a following in TikTok.
Yeah.
Even me, I got them on Facebook.
They have a big following on Facebook, do they?
No.
Not that
much.
as you'd expect.
Why Waziri is coming here today, and I want to mention to you that I've just been notified that
That's why
he is still coming. So don't give up. Waziri is here shortly. Why Waziri had to be here, and I'm sure they will talk about it.
Will be under them now.
I don't think I'm the right person to say it. They had gotten a directive from State House way back to work on Venom as a game changer in economic development, and they were able to check all over, see anybody who does Venom, or rather anything about Venom export, or rather anything meaningful about Venom, and the entire office didn't have an idea. I'm sure the Waziri will say it here. But when somebody talked to them from State House about Savannah honey.
So we are trying to solve for 3 things. One is the